Like, my God, aren't you hoping that Shedeur and Dylan Gabriel progress to get better each and every day?
It says Deshaun Watson felt threatened and has already spoken out against Shedeur Sanders. The quarterback competition in Cleveland has been squarely focused on Shedeur Sanders versus Dylan Gabriel. Or maybe this is Shedeur Sanders versus Joe Flacco. Or maybe is it Kenny Small Hands fake sliding, I got an NCAA rule change Pickett. Who knows? But right now it seems like Deshaun Watson is speaking out for the first time and talking about this quarterback conversation. This is what the headline here says. We're going to get into it and read this article because apparently he's posting cryptic social media messages and things of that nature. But before we do that, we're going to have to talk about the fact that a lot of people, and this is probably the reason why Deshaun Watson put out some messages that maybe some people are inferring or cryptic. We're going to read them and see really what it is, and we're going to make that decision. But it seems like every single person in the media over these last few days has just gone ahead and crowned Shedeur Sanders as the king in Cleveland. Hey, if I was a man recovering from the injuries and doing all these things and having the years that I'd have, I'd feel a certain type of way. So let's start first off with the facility. Then we're going to go into ESPN Cleveland. We're going to have a little bit of criticism in here as well as people calling him for QB1. And after that, we're going to get into this Deshaun Watson article of him basically speaking out and talking about his issues with it. But like this video, if you enjoy college football or football content in all general, we do all types of content around here. Any types of updates, Browns updates, NFL updates, we're going to be locked in here. Let's hear it.
Starting week one, I think, is out of his control because he's not going to have a lot of opportunities to start week one. But he will start some games this year. Right, and he will start some games just because the track record shows that the dudes that are in front of him are not that good. The dudes that are in front of him, they do not play good football consistently. Correct. So I think it will be an opportunity for him to start some games during the season. He's going to make this team. All right, that was very clear at minicamp. Listen, the first impression is the best impression. For him to go out there in rookie minicamp, and I don't care who out there. I don't care if it's Walmart workers, Home Depot workers. I don't care who it is. If you go out there and you play well, that means something to these coaches. Absolutely. And Shedeur Sanders being a fifth-round pick, him coming out there looking the way he looked at the quarterback spot, you better believe they left rookie minicamp like, oh, shoot, this young fella really can play the game of football. I don't care who you're out here playing against. He's going to have an opportunity to come out there in training camp and show himself. It might not be a lot of opportunities because of Kenny Pickett and Joe Flacco and Dylan Gabriel, but when he does get up there and make the most of opportunities in preseason as well, I think he makes this football team, and he will start some games because Joe Flacco, we seen him last year. Kenny Pickett, we seen him in Pittsburgh. They are not consistent quarterbacks in the National Football League. I think he has an opportunity to start halfway during the season. I really do.
So, and that's why I want to make sure that we listen to these before even getting into the article, because I want you to be in the mindset of someone who had a historic, a guaranteed contract. You come back from not playing for years, you look rusty, and then you have an injury, then an even bigger injury. Now you're coming off this craziness, right? And now, not only are people talking about Shedeur Sanders being the starter and finding ways to get on the field, on top of that, they're like, okay, well then, if Dylan Gabriel and Shedeur don't work, and Joe Flacco and Kenny Pickett, no one even talks about Deshaun. And obviously, it's because presumably he's going to be hurt this year. But even on top of that, a lot of people, when they're having this conversation, they're like, well, I mean, hey, this is the 1 year they got to try it. Next year, they're going to probably draft another quarterback. It's like, yo, am I gone? Like, it feels like if I am Deshaun Watson and I have some sort of pride for this being my team, it's kind of odd for me to be on the outside looking in, where it seems like every single person around Cleveland, right, is looking at me like I'm the boogeyman and like I'm not here. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm Voldemort. Yeah, I can't even say my name. Like he's not about this quarterback room, right? You know what I'm saying? Now, maybe for certain reasons, but that's what they say. So here's the real T Izzo. He wants to know what Tom Grossi was. There's conflicting reports, right? Some people say Dylan Gabriel's better. Some people say Shedeur is better, right? So can Deshaun be mad at somebody who is arguably still debating or still in a fight with Dylan Gabriel? Let's hear it.
Could you see how some reporters think this guy looked better, some reporters think this guy looked better?
I guess so, if they think so. I know what I saw. That's why I charted numbers. I had numbers to prove it. He was 3 of 8 in his second set of 7-on-7.
Who was 3 of 8?
Shedeur.
Okay.
The other guy was 6 of 8. Okay. Slightly better.
Okay.
Yeah. This
Okay,
is
so
this
hold
is
on.
a period where the ball is not supposed to hit the ground unless a defender wraps around.
But they are
it.
rookies, Tone. You know,
They're all rookies, though.
I'm just what
It's
I'm
not
saying.
like he's playing
Well,
against
if-
defensive backs.
Yeah, but if Flacco and Pickett were there against air, like the ball wouldn't hit the ground. These kids
we've
are
seen
learning.
veterans
They're
hit the ground.
Tony, I'm just saying you're not allowing anyone to improve. Like you
What are you talking about? I just said that day, and you said, why did you think this guy was better? Well, I marked every pass.
Okay, but what I'm saying is, like, my God, aren't you hoping that Shedeur and Dylan Gabriel progress to get better each and every day? Like, you make it sound like there's no way he can get any better.
I don't make
and
it
you're
sound that
pissing
way.
people off.
I don't make it sound that way. You asked me. Who?
Wow. It's getting heated. This was this recently happened as well. Like I didn't know it got this heated. These is two older gentlemen getting after in the radio booth. And this is what but this is what I mean. Like, there's a lot of emotions behind this, right? So first, let me cite my sources here. We're gonna read this article and we're gonna talk about this because this Mr. Izzo, he's been making a lot of Shedeur fans, a lot of Colorado fans, a lot of Browns fans, it seems, a little bit upset with the way that he's been reporting things. He's been consistently saying that Dylan Gabriel has been slightly edging him out. Has been slightly edging out Shedeur Sanders and what he's been doing. So I think that's an interesting take. I don't think there's anything wrong with having that personal opinion, but at the same time, believing that Shedeur is still doing some top tier stuff. Now, this is where I want to make sure. This is one of them gossip sites. This is one of them whatever sites, right? Now, Watson is injured. He's not playing. This is from Marca. I don't know who these people is, right? I seen it, but they did have a true social media post. So this is what they said. They said Deshaun Watson felt threatened and has already spoken out against Shedeur Sanders. Now, I think it's a little melodramatic, but who has shown flashes of talent with the Cleveland Browns. But let's read into it. Let's give him a chance, right? At the beginning of last season, the Cleveland Browns had a clear starting quarterback, Deshaun Watson. However, his season was disappointing with just 9 touchdowns, and it ended for him in Week 7 after suffering an injury against the Bengals. At the time, Watson suffered a ruptured Achilles tendon in his right leg during his second quarter, and the next day it was confirmed that he was out for the season. Starting in 2025, Deshaun underwent a surgery after suffering another rupture in the same right Achilles tendon, making it very unlikely that he will not miss the upcoming seasons. Things have been very difficult for Watson. The Cleveland Browns signed experienced quarterback Joe Flacco in free agency, who already had a positive run with the team, and also signed Kenny Smallhands Pickett, the recent Super Bowl winning backup. Additionally, in the draft, they selected two quarterbacks. Yes, the controversial Shedeur Sanders and Dylan Gabriel. Deshaun Watson posted this message on social media. Today at the Browns training camp, all eyes are on social media. It's been reported that the former Colorado Buffalo has been looking very good as he outperformed the direct competition, Dylan Gabriel. Again, I'm reading what they're saying now, son. This is what they're saying. Deshaun Watson has surely been paying close attention to all this, and still official Browns quarterback posted a motivational video to his Instagram account with the caption, "Respect your journey, because you ain't got no love in your heart, son." In the video, he's seen training intensely, throwing passes in the gym, working hard in practice. I'm probably gonna I thought I had it up, but I got you. In the video, Deshaun Watson also says, "Be yourself. Make sure you love being yourself." Right? There will be obstacles. Yes, there will. There will be trials. Yes, there will. But always remember, this is a life experience. Embrace the experience, appreciate the experience, and learn to let go of what doesn't serve you. So let's hop on here, right? You said that this was supposed to be, you know. Okay, this don't have nothing here. Okay, here it is. Respect your journey. Here it is.
That you love being yourself. And it's gonna be roadblocks. It's gonna be tribulations, but all.
Oh, this is Kendrick Lamar. This is K-Dot, son. Come on, dog. We can't believe everything we see. This is what happens when you have these AI written chat bots that aggregate all this stuff. But here he is actually getting after it though. He did post this 5 days ago. So he's in the gym, he's putting that work in. But I don't know. What do y'all think? Do you think that this?
Sure that you love being yourself. And it's gonna be roadblocks, it's gonna be tribulations, but always remember this is a life experience. Accept the experience, appreciate the experience, and learn how to move on from things that don't serve you well. You know, find your journey, respect your journey, and love it.
Now that's K Dot. You know, speaking on journey, speaking on positive, speaking on doing these things. And obviously, here he is putting in that major work. So I don't know. Do y'all think that he's speaking out? I don't know. Maybe people are just reaching. Maybe people are just trying to find a story. But we'll continue, right? So the reality is that due to his injury and the surgery he underwent, he will be very difficult with Deshaun Watson to start the season, and he may never again lead the Browns offense despite the large contract he still holds. So again, this isn't fact, but I will say that just like we said at the beginning of this video, I think it's very easy to see in the situation how Deshaun Watson can feel a certain way. Again, not about this season because he's hurt, right? He's got a ruptured Achilles, but more so about the fact that when spoken about, right, it's specifically spoken about the season or spoken about what the quarterback situation looks like, it's all been presumed that Deshaun Watson has nothing to do with that, right? So if I'm Deshaun Watson, I would feel a certain type of way. I thought it was supposed to be the Browns. Dude, I came here even after the craziness, and I was supposed to be that guy. Clearly that's not the case, and the Browns are so happy. The Browns are the only fan base that hated their quarterback more than the Saints, and that's saying a lot, right? By the way, comment down below if y'all want me to do that Tyler Stroh interview. Let's go ahead and get back to a few more pieces of media of people claiming Shedeur is QB1 or not QB1, some issues with Shedeur in the media. Then after that, I'll finish it off by yapping the best I do, you know?
The outrage that goes on whenever someone says anything slightly critiquing Shedeur, it's like I feel like it's gonna be a headache, because if you don't look at Tony, for instance, Tony's giving his opinion, and he thought Dillon threw a better ball this weekend. That's really the only thing that that you heard Tony say that could be even constricted as negative feedback on Shedeur. And I don't even think it's negative feedback. I think it's just positive feedback from Gabriel, and people are all on his backside. And just to remind everybody, if you say something positive about one person, it doesn't mean a negative towards another.
That's fair. That's fair. And like I said, we've kind of spoken about it. It's pretty ravenous when it comes to the Shedeur fan base. But I also want to defend the Shedeur fan base if I can. You know what I'm saying? I mean, technically I'm a part of that, because like there's a lot of line that goes along on Shedeur, right? So it's like, you know, and I hate to come. Somebody called, they're the Angel Reese or the Caitlin Clark or whatever, but it's like I think Caitlin Clark and Angel Reese fans, y'all the same thing. Like y'all don't even realize that y'all the same thing. Y'all are overprotective, overglazing, over everything, overcritical of the criticism of the people that you think that you're representing or whatnot, right? And I think some of that can be said about Shedeur fans, but again, why did they get that way? Because of the overcriticism, because of everybody trying to spin things in the wrong way, because of the Nebraska video situation. I already explained that one. Y'all do all these things to take him out of context and make him a negative person, and then we sit up and throw our hands in the air and wonder why these things are being perceived in this way. We wonder why people are so quick to defend, right? It's because if not, then y'all just gonna keep running with y'all narratives. Y'all as the media, specifically local media, y'all have been unfiltered in the way that y'all have been able to almost determine, right, the way that certain players, certain athletes, and certain things are viewed in the world, right? So you have this lens that you can kind of put on these players, and you've been able to do it greatly unchecked. But now that there's a fan base, right? People say NIL. No, it's not NIL. It's because Shedeur Sanders has had the camera following around him for a long time. And you're not going to tell these people who have literally watched this kid grow up into a young adult who he is and what he is and what he isn't. It's going to be hard, right? You know what I'm saying? Like y'all are just meeting him for the first time and y'all saying these things, and it's like, I mean, well, They've been watching. There's people in my comment section that have been watching Shedeur longer than me. You know what I'm saying? I mean, probably because, maybe a little older, maybe found a little there. I was Dion guy first, right? So, you know what I'm saying? I had to learn there. But that's it, man. I think when we talk about the controversy, when we talk about how Deshaun Watson feels, I think while this is a bit of a clickbaity situation, because we checked it out, I think it's okay. I think undoubtedly the conversation that Shedeur Sanders is producing and continues to produce it's something that's hard to replace, right? It's something that's going to be hard to reproduce. I don't think we can just directly compare it to Johnny Manziel. I think this is another level of mania that who knows how long we're going to see in the NFL. But let me know down below in the comments. Do you think that is a little too clickbaity, that article? How do you feel about it? Do you think Deshaun Watson should feel away? Do you think Shedeur should feel away? Who should feel away and who should start for them dang Browns? Let me know down below in the comments. Like this video if you like it, dislike it if you don't like it, subscribe if you enjoy football content of all shapes and sizes, and their fourth, this fourth, and that fourth, man. I appreciate y'all so much, the support so much, man. I already told you to like it, subscribe, do all that fun stuff. Did I tell you you're great? Well, I don't need to, because you are great. You're in there, you're great, man. Keep doing what you're doing and the way you do it at a top level. We'll see you next time, man.